Let's be real for a second, brother. You've probably noticed something strange in your life. The more effort you pour into her, the less she seems to care. The more you bend over backwards to show her love, the quicker she starts slipping away. And the moment you start making her your world, she starts acting like she doesn't need you at all. It feels unfair, doesn't it? You try to be the good guy, loyal, respectful, consistent, and somehow you're the one getting ghosted or ignored. Meanwhile, the guy who barely texts her back, she's blowing up his phone. That's why this conversation matters. Not because women are the enemy, they're not, but because you've been taught the wrong playbook. And until you understand what truly creates attraction, you'll keep repeating the same painful cycle. So today, let's dig into why chasing her never works, and how becoming the man she respects changes everything. First thing, chasing makes you predictable. Think about the last time you got a new phone or a new game. For the first few weeks, you couldn't put it down, but after a while, you knew every feature, every button. The excitement faded. That's exactly what happens when you constantly chase a woman. She already knows you're available, she already knows how much you care, and she already knows she has your full attention. And certainty, as comforting as it sounds, often kills attraction. Women don't lose interest because they want chaos. They lose interest because there's no edge, no mystery, no tension left. A man who doesn't chase leaves her wondering, what's on his mind? Why isn't he blowing up my phone like the others? That little uncertainty makes her feel alive, and that's where attraction lives. Second thing, attention is currency, and most men spend it recklessly. In today's world, attention is the most expensive thing you can give. Think about it. Social media, DMs, likes, endless scrolling, everyone's fighting for attention. But here's the catch. When you give yours away freely, without standards, it loses its value. Imagine a guy who comments on every post, replies to every story, and texts back instantly no matter what. At first, she might smile, but deep down she's thinking, if my attention is so easy to get, does his even matter? On the other hand, when you're selective, when your attention is rare and intentional, it feels powerful. A single compliment from a man who values himself hits harder than 1,000 words from a man who's desperate. Don't be the guy spending attention like loose change. Be the guy whose presence feels like gold. Third thing, purpose is magnetic. Here's a truth most men ignore. She doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to join a man who already has one. When your entire life revolves around her, when you drop your friends, your goals, your habits just to please her, she feels the weight of it. And instead of love, she feels pressure. But when she sees a man so locked in on his mission, so obsessed with his growth that her presence is a bonus and not a lifeline, she feels something rare. Respect. That's why the man grinding in silence, building his future, becomes unforgettable. He's not texting her every hour because he's too busy chasing progress. And that quiet focus, that's the kind of energy women crave. Fourth thing, validation kills attraction. We all want to be appreciated, but here's the trap. When you keep looking to her for approval, you slowly drain her respect. Think about the guy who tells her she's beautiful 10 times a day, agrees with everything she says, and changes his opinions just to avoid conflict. It doesn't read as love, it reads as insecurity, and nothing turns a woman off faster than a man who doesn't believe in his own worth. You don't need to prove yourself with endless praise. You don't need her to clap for you to know who you are. A man who validates himself, who stands firm in his beliefs even when she disagrees, creates a different kind of attraction, because now she sees strength, not neediness. Fifth thing, boundaries create desire. Let me give you an example. Imagine two guys. One is always available. She calls, he answers. She cancels, he forgives. She flakes, he reschedules. The other guy? He's kind, but firm. If she cancels last minute, he doesn't chase. If she disrespects his time, he moves on. Which man do you think she respects more? Exactly. The first man thinks he's showing loyalty, but in her eyes, he's showing weakness. Boundaries aren't walls to keep women out. They're doors that make her value what's inside. When you respect yourself enough to say no, to hold your ground, to walk away if needed, that's when she realizes you're not like the others. And that's when attraction grows. Sixth thing, emotions need space to breathe. Here's something most guys get wrong. They smother the connection too fast. They pour their heart out after 2 dates. They over-explain their feelings. They pressure her for answers. And in doing so, they suffocate the natural rhythm of attraction. Think about fire. If you keep throwing logs on it without giving it space to breathe, it dies. Attraction works the same way. She needs time to wonder, to miss you, to lean in on her own. When you stop rushing, stop forcing, and just let things unfold, she feels it differently. It's not forced love, it's organic attraction. 7th thing, she wants presence, not pressure. There's a difference between being needy and being present. Needy men hover, text too much, and constantly ask for reassurance. Present men, they listen when they're there. They look her in the eyes. They carry calmness, not chaos. Think of it like this. Pressure feels heavy, like you're demanding something from her. Presence feels grounding, like you don't need anything. You're just fully in the moment, and that's what sticks with her. Not the texts, not the gifts, the way she felt safe, steady, and alive around you. 8th thing, self-respect is the foundation of attraction. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. How much do you value yourself? Because if you don't respect your own time, your own goals, your own energy, she won't either. Respect isn't about being cold or cruel. It's about carrying yourself like a man who knows his worth, a man who doesn't settle for breadcrumbs, a man who doesn't beg for love. When you operate from self-respect, everything shifts. She starts seeing you not as another guy trying to win her, but as the man she needs to win. So here's the truth, my friend. Attraction isn't about chasing, overgiving, or proving yourself. It's about becoming the man who values his own energy, the man who has purpose bigger than her, the man who doesn't crumble without her validation. Women don't fall for men who chase, they fall for men who lead. And the moment you stop begging to be chosen and start choosing yourself first, that's the moment everything changes.